What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
We've covered North Korea quite a bit on this channel over the years. We've covered it to death.
Yeah.
And in doing so, we've painted a not so pretty picture of the country and its extremely repressive government because it's the fucking truth.
Yeah.
The government, led by Kim Jong-un, partakes in fun activities like torture, starvation, rape, and even execution for petty crimes. And then there's the widespread famine, which in the 1990s killed up to 3 million people in the country and is happening again right now.
Yeah.
But hey, don't worry, because when the state-run news outlet Rodong Sinmun informed citizens to brace for this latest famine, it clearly stated that the citizens should not despair because the road to revolution is long and arduous. And also, dog meat it's a superfood. Did you know that dog meat it has more nutrition than
It
any
gives
other
them
meat?
lots of stamina, I think was the quote.
You should eat as much dog as you can, but beat the shit out of the dog before you eat it first.
Yeah, it really tenders up the skin. Yeah. Then you of course, you have glorious leader poking and prodding any country that'll give him attention and attempting to start a third world war, or rather restart the third world war, since the Korean War never actually ended technically. Just in the past few years, North Korea has launched numerous ballistic missile tests in order to show countries like ours that they mean business, and that a new nuclear, did I do it right?
Yeah.
Nuclear war could be right around the corner. A few Weekly Weirds back, we also spoke about how North Korea had informed the US and the rest of the world that America had declared war on North Korea because it had put sanctions on glorious leader. And that was after the bunch of countries came together and analyzed all the data coming out of North Korea and the stories coming out and decided that, yeah, they are committing human rights violations at a staggering rate.
Yeah, these sanctions are related to all the bad shit that we already mentioned, plus the fact that there is extensive evidence that the North Korean government runs several internment camps where people are sent for minor offenses like questioning whether Kim Jong-il was actually the greatest golfer of all time, and whether or not he invented the hamburger, or just made it up to sound cool.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big party foul up there.
I heard a guy put a gun straight to his head, cocked it, and Kim Jong-il was just like, whatever.
Yeah. He's way faster than Michael Phelps. So anyway, according to
He's
accounts...
the swim champion.
Can you imagine? So according to accounts from the few people who have actually managed to survive those camps and escape North Korea, the conditions are absolutely deplorable. Prisoners are tortured, starved, and often never make it out alive. And on top of that, even if people are in prison for something we'd consider an actual crime, often people's entire families are sent to prison for one person's crime, which means that often there are people born in the camps who spend their entire lives there.
But you won't find footage of death camps or military vehicles rolling down the streets with long-range missiles strapped to them in these new totally cool bro dude YouTube travel vlog videos, because that would totally harsh out your mellow, and North Korea is actually totally chill. Everyone's having a wicked good time. Even if there isn't some fresh natural nar, there's always the tubular water parks that can make you some waves that you and your buds can surf on. Oh, and don't get us started about radical leader Kim Jong-fun, because everyone that was paraded out for us to gawk at while they did their synchronized dances or plays or whatever, and it was all natural, and it was in no way forced. They had a nice game of soccer that was just a completely natural thing that was happening. They're all having a great time with their freedoms there.
Yeah, no, seriously, fucking YouTubers are going to North Korea and essentially allowing themselves to be a mouthpiece for propaganda under the guise of travel vlogging to one of the most sought-after spots, while readily admitting that their entire trip, almost down to the minute, was pre-planned, monitored, guided, and timed perfectly by North Korean officials in order to only show off locations, events, and people that would shine a good light on the country and show people around the world and the potential millions of viewers on YouTube that everyone else, except for these vloggers and North Korean officials, have been lying about the atrocities that happen within the country.
This guy's channel is called FunForLouis, and just a quick browse through his videos shows that he does indeed have a lot of fun. And the guy is overwhelmingly positive, so we're not gonna just sit here and just talk shit about him. Let's just focus on the fact that he was probably taken advantage of when doing this trip, and whether or not he actually knows it, or if he, maybe he did realize what he was doing, but decided to just turn a blind eye to everything, he has become a person who has been inadvertently turned into a mouthpiece for North Korean propaganda.
Yeah, so even in the vlog leading up to his trip titled, "This might be my last vlog," great clickbait, the guy in charge of the expedition says things like, the media is responsible for our negative view of North Korea, and that he doesn't watch the news anymore because it's just ridiculous. In fact, he doesn't even call it the news. He calls it the entertainment news. To him, the news takes one side, and that side is focusing on the nuclear stuff and the focus on the human rights issues. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
He then continues and says not to say that those issues aren't important, but guys, there's a bigger picture. Come on.
I mean, is there hunger issues?
Sure.
Sure. Are people slaving away in forced labor camps? Sure.
Sure.
Is the North Korean government telling citizens to eat dogs because it will increase their stamina and that they should beat the animals before killing them because it makes it taste better?
Yeah.
Sure. Do they feed their workers crystal meth so that they can work harder and longer? Sure.
Sure.
But listen, those laborers are making some really beautiful buildings, and their kids make the most wonderful music on the instruments that they're forced to learn. And you should hear the songs they sing about glorious leader.
Beautiful.
You and your impressionable young fans who weren't alive when 3 million citizens died because of famine are going to love it.
A totally preventable famine, by the way. It's not like North Korea ran out of crops.
Yeah.
They could have done something about it. So I just want to be clear about that. So anyway, for the past few days, sure enough, extremely upbeat, very positive videos about North Korea and this guy's lovely adventures there have been going up and getting hundreds of thousands of views. In the videos, he shows off just how amazing the food is that he's offered, how nice everyone is to him. Oh man, they're singing, they're dancing for him in his group. Oh man, we Americans, we could really learn a thing or two about hospitality from these North Koreans.
Yeah.
And oh man, they got a sweet water park and they got a beach. And isn't it adorable that the locals that we talk to have never heard of any of the global pop culture shit we mentioned to them? They don't even know who Justin Bieber is. Huh, isn't that cute?
That's crazy. And okay, now's as good a time as any to respond to the people in the comments who are calling us big fat hypocrites right now because yes, last summer we visited Abu Dhabi and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. And we've said on camera multiple times we had a lot of fun over there and it was a great place to visit. Our view of the UAE was also pretty curated for us, and it obviously didn't include the darker side of things over there, like the limited freedom of speech and poor labor conditions for foreign workers. And that's because, for the most part, we didn't really know about all that at the time. We were doing a set, like not a set visit, but a junket for Furious 7.
So, I mean, we don't really think our experience visiting Abu Dhabi for a Furious 7 press junket and this guy's week-long travel vlog trip to North Korea are anywhere near the same thing, but there are definitely parallels.
Yes.
So, when Louis started posting his vlogs, we really wanted to do a video about how ridiculous the whole thing is. But we decided we'd probably come off as giant hypocrites if we came out and attacked him for doing something that he might not have realized the full implications of.
Yes.
So we bit our tongues and we waited, thinking maybe, just maybe, Louis would say or do something so misguided, so tone deaf, that we'd be able to gain the upper moral hand so that we could make fun of him and no longer be hypocrites. And you know what? He did it.
Yeah, he sure did. So after returning home and seeing some of the flack he was getting for becoming an unwitting North Korea propaganda tool, Louis took to YouTube to address the accusations in a vlog where he asserted he wanted to focus on the positive side of things and show that North Koreans are good people, which, okay, Louis, sure, but I don't think anybody believes the people, the mass people of North Korea are the problem. The problem isn't the North Korean people, or there are some bad North Koreans.
I'm sure there are.
The mass amount of citizens of North Korea, not bad people. It's just how the North Korean government treats North Koreans. Your cute little vlogs show a bunch of positive sides of North Korea and beg the question, why doesn't the rest of the world like this place? But you know damn well why.
Yeah, or maybe you don't. But a simple Google search on human rights violations in North Korea would have filled you in nice and quick. And also, everyone knows about this shit. Or at least I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. And quit acting like you're the first person to ever visit North Korea. You're not. Getting there is tricky, but it's not that hard, and Vice's North Korea documentary from way back in 2008 does a much better job of showing how welcoming North Korea is to visitors and also explaining why what you're seeing is kind of bullshit. It's much more balanced and gives a much better picture of the reality of the situation. And that finally brings us to the straw that broke the camel's back and gave us the moral high ground to talk shit on this whole thing. Surfing in the DPRK,
Woo!
Supposedly the first music video ever filmed in North Korea.
So up until this point, you couldn't call any of Louis's videos literal propaganda. But with this music video, he has fully crossed the void into truly uncharted territory. First off, the song, it's terrible.
It's really bad.
It's a terrible song. And we all know that music is highly subjective, but this is truly an abomination, not just musically, but lyrically. Half the lyrics are just bragging that nobody else has done something like this before. And there's just something about putting beautiful images of the most repressive nation on earth to an upbeat soundtrack that's just kind of sickening.
Yeah, even more sickening though is how much Louis Cole's YouTube audience is just eating all this shit up.
Yeah.
It's all positivity and good vibes over in these comments sections. No comments from any of the North Koreans that were filmed for the video though. I guess that's probably because YouTube and most other Western websites are blocked on North Korean internet, and you'd probably get sent to a labor camp if you managed to even get on YouTube to watch this. So, okay.
I will say, if you go in the comments, whenever there is some kind of negative comment about him perpetuating the idea that North Korea is a great place, people will say, listen, there's this, and this. There is very clearly North Korean officials in there setting the record straight with the worst broken English and calling these people idiots and all this. It's truly something to see.
That's the thing, like, even if he doesn't realize that it's what he did, he literally gave them free propaganda on a silver platter because this gives North Korea so much of like a moral sort of boost, being like, hey, we're not so bad. Just forget about all that other shit. All those eggheads up in Washington and the UN, like, what do they know? You've seen the real North Korea. Louis showed it to you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All those losers over at the Human Rights Coalition.
Yeah, Louis, whatever. GG. Have you thought about where you're going to travel to next, though? How about the city of Mosul in northern Iraq? I mean, sure, it's been under control of ISIS for over 2 years, but I bet there's at least a handful of smiling children somewhere in that rubble for you to film. And isn't that enough to make us stop and think, hey, maybe ISIS isn't so bad after all either?
Yeah.
The kid's smiling.
Yeah.
The kid's he's smiling, he's playing.
It's fine. Or, you know what he could do? Maybe he could build a time machine and do a time travel vlog about how the southern United States in the 1850s was a beautiful, peaceful place where everyone was well taken care of, and all the slaves they were super polite. And why can't the North just stop being so negative about everything all the time and connect with the South on a human level? I didn't hear one single peep from any of the slaves about how they're not liking things. So what's the big deal?
Yeah, they were all like,
one of them gave me a bath and was happy about the whole experience.
Yeah, they were feeding me food and like
making sure I was well taken care of.
Yeah.
They seemed happy.
They opened the door for me. Such politeness.
Calling me sir.
Yeah. The South wasn't that bad.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Louis.
Anyway, what a doozy. But let's move on to our second topic. Something that will boil our blood a little bit less. Hey, vegans, am I right? Always running around shouting at everyone within earshot about how much better they are than everyone else and how people that eat meat are literally murderers. Okay, well, actually, out here in the real world, this straw man is basically non-existent outside of liberal arts college campuses.
It's literally people that mostly just became vegan, and they're talking about how great they are.
I've been vegan for 3 days, and you know what? You're a bad person.
Most of the vegans that I know get embarrassed when they have to order vegan food because they know that's that stereotype.
Yeah, most of the vegans I know, I didn't even realize that they were vegan until we happened to be like eating lunch together, and I saw them eating a meal that had no meat in it.
Yeah.
Vegans and carnivores mostly coexist, despite what crazy assholes on the internet like Onision would like you to believe. Or do they, though?
Well, guys, here in the melting pot rainbow cornucopia of American freedom, yes. But over in the meat and cheese-fueled nation of Italy, not so much. As a country that's so defined by its very non-vegan cuisine, veganism is a threat to the very fabric of Italian society, and now the Italian government is stepping in to do something about it. Parliament member Elvira Savino has put forward a potential new law that would punish parents who feed their children a vegan diet, which she describes as, quote, devoid of elements essential for healthy and balanced growth.
And hold on just a second. We get another look at Elvira Savino. Cool, thanks. So I just wanted to get a good visual on who we're talking about here. That's a lawmaker. Anyways, back to the veganism law. Now, the knee-jerk American reaction to this, at least for us, is, what gives big government the right to tell me how to raise my kids? And our secondary, less knee-jerk reaction would be that, hey, I don't know, plenty of people live on 100% vegan diets and they're perfectly healthy. So what's all this about veganism being a danger to children?
Well, actually, it turns out there's some pretty serious truth to this. Just last month in Milan, a vegan family lost custody of their 14-month-old baby after he was admitted to the hospital weighing only as much as a 3-month-old baby and suffering from severe vitamin deficiencies. In June, in Genoa, a vegan 2-year-old was admitted to intensive care with severe malnutrition. And last year in Florence, a vegan 11-month-old also spent several days in the hospital for malnutrition. So each of these stories picked up significant press in Italy, and combined with the other horror stories of vegan parenting from throughout the world, some of which have resulted in the death of a child, you could see why the government might want to do something about it.
Yeah, so it turns out nutrition for children is a lot more delicate than it is for adults, and feeding kids a strictly vegan diet deprives them a lot of B12, zinc, folic acid, iron, vitamin D, omega-3s, a bunch of other stuff. And that includes breastfeeding. So one solution is to have the children and the breastfeeding mothers take vitamin supplements. But, that would require that the parents actually look into proper child nutrition and not just blindly believe that their adult vegan diet is perfectly suited for a baby, which clearly some of them aren't willing to do even the most basic cursory research when their kids are clearly malnourished. So
why is my kid so small?
Give him more of the vegan.
He's been eating beets all day. Anyways, Elvira Savino says, and Elliot, go ahead and pull up another picture.
Yeah, there she is. That's a lawmaker. She's making the laws.
Elvira Savino here told Reuters, I have nothing against vegans or veganism as long as it's a free choice by adults. I just find it absurd that some parents are allowed to impose their will on children in an almost fanatical religious way, often without proper scientific knowledge or medical consultation. Okay, fair enough. So what do you plan to do to vegan parents who violate this law?
So under the law, the punishment for raising a child under 16 on a vegan diet would be a minimum of a year in jail, 2 years in jail if the kid's under 3 years old, 4 years in jail if the kid develops permanent health problems, and 7 years in jail if the kid dies, which sort of runs the whole gamut from maybe a bit extreme to really just 7 years?
Yeah.
You killed the kid.
Yeah.
So anyway, the law is still just a proposal, but Elvira Savina, pictured here, plans to push it through before the end of the year, and I don't know, I'm inclined to agree with her. And anything she says. I don't know why. But give that lady what she wants. I like her.
I think that parents should consult a doctor and see if the diet will work for their children on a basis that is routinely checked up on and made sure that the child is healthy. I think 16 years is well old enough for a kid to realize if he wants to be a vegan or not. So there's that.
It's a bit extreme.
Yeah, but whatever she says goes.
Yeah, Elvira, you do you.
Speaking of eating nutritious meals, though, before we get into the actual weirdest headlines from this week, let's give a quick shout out to this week's sponsor, Blue Apron, who we're both pretty much in love with at this point. Neither of us has ever been what you would call someone who knows anything about cooking, but Blue Apron has totally changed that. Basically, it's a box. I have one right here.
Oh yeah, you got one shipped today.
Boom. And I pay.
Yeah, no, I became a subscriber.
This is not like they're giving us this for free. I pay for this. It's a box that gets shipped to you with everything you need to make 3 delicious meals from really high quality and fresh ingredients.
Yeah, we can't really accurately describe the amount of satisfaction that we've both gotten from being able to cook goddamn delicious, healthy meals for ourselves that they look like something you'd order at a restaurant. Like, even the presentation. All without having to look up recipes on the internet or go grocery shopping for ingredients that we've never even heard of. I don't know how to pick out a good green onion. Or how do you know? They send you everything you need. It's straightforward, it's convenient,
measured.
It's relaxing, and it's made us into better people, probably.
So each meal comes out to less than $10 because you get exactly the ingredients you need. There's never any food waste. The menu's constantly changing, so you'll never be stuck cooking the same thing twice. Some of the meals that are available this month are spiced pork burgers with goat cheese and cucumber corn salad, summer vegetable and quinoa bowl with fairy tale eggplants and shishito peppers and corn. And there's also chicken tinga tacos with summer squash and tomato salsa. They're delicious. If you have a girlfriend or any roommate or whatever, it comes out to being as cheap as anything else you would get, and you get to cook it, and it's great.
Yeah.
Impress those ladies, single guys. Invite them over and cook for them. Just hide the Blue Apron shit after you're done.
It's a great way to unwind after work, too.
Yeah.
But anyway, head to blueapron.com/weekly to check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals totally free.
Yeah.
You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so do not wait, just do it. Anyway, that's blueapron.com/weekly for 3 free meals, and not only do you get to eat some damn good food, it also helps us out a lot, keeps the show going, so.
The show not canceled. We don't want this show canceled because it's our favorite one. Anyways, let's get into headlines, starting with sex pigs halt traffic after laser attack on Pokemon teens. The most reported on story by everyone under the sun this week. And it sounds crazy.
Like they took a bunch of headlines and stuck them into like an algorithm.
An AI came up with this headline.
But no, it's real.
We were talking about we need to feed every weekly weird headline we've ever done into a computer that can then just create weird news.
Make me a new headline. Yeah. It'd be something like that. So, but the headline is accurate. Basically, in a small town in Sweden, some kids that were playing Pokemon Go in like a field or something, they came across two unknown people wearing pig masks, fucking in the wilderness, and when
Did they try to catch him?
It didn't say. But the pig people, when they saw the people were watching them, they grabbed a green like laser pointer and were shining it at the kids, and that apparently scared the kids away.
All right.
And there was another sighting on the side of the road. The pig people got even more like daring. They still haven't been caught. But there's a small town in Sweden, and two pig people are fucking all over the place.
Go out and get a picture of them.
They
so
got
can see it.
they got a laser.
They got a laser in case they get caught.
Gotta catch them.
And you can't catch those guys. Wendy's CEO says presidential election hurting burger sales. Is her name Wendy?
That should be a prerequisite for being the CEO of Wendy's.
You know why
You
Wendy's
get more
hamburgers,
ownership over the company.
You know why Wendy's hamburgers are square? Because
They don't cut corners.
Because Dave Thomas never cut corners.
Yeah, he died too of a heart attack from eating too much Wendy's.
But he never cut corners.
He didn't cut corners.
He didn't cut his cholesterol.
He
either.
didn't cut his cholesterol at all
No.
after numerous warnings.
I refuse! I've never cut anything in my life. I'm not gonna start with cholesterol.
Yeah. So, but apparently this is a trend in like all, pretty much anything people spend money on, that isn't like essential.
Like, we should see how this turns out.
Yeah, every election, people spending goes down by like, it's not much. It's like less than 5%. But, you know, Wendy's, they need to sell those burgers.
Yeah. They could save a lot of money by cutting the corners off.
They could. Wendy's.
But they refuse.
We're going to cut the corners.
Actually, we're going to cut the corners. All right.
Naked man was high and having sex when he fell off roof. Lufkin police say.
What was he having sex with?
I don't know. It
Another human?
sounds like he imagined himself having sex. I don't know.
And then they put a gun to my head, and I was like, whatever.
The man was spotted in the street just like, whoa, naked. And then the police showed up, and they're like, how'd you end up out here naked? He's like, well, I was having sex over on the roof, and I fell down.
Sure you were, buddy. All right, get Ryan Lochte back in jail.
Yeah. Good excuse. Why are you naked? I was fucking on the roof.
You should have seen her.
Yeah.
A 9.5.
9.5. Bro.
Pensioner's huge cock in front garden is tourist attraction.
He's just this old Scottish man.
And with a giant penis?
He had like a cherry tree, and he's like, oh, it's getting too dangerous for it's gonna be a fire hazard, and it's blocking the driveway. And so he got out his shears, and he trimmed it into a giant rooster and gave it like little beady eyes. And now people stop by the old man's house, and they're like, that's a huge cock you've got. And he's like, why, thank you. But there's a local news video of it, and I didn't understand a word he said. Like, he's not even in like Glasgow or Edinburgh.
When you go outside of the cities.
He's outside of there, and it's like, damn. Damn.
You're working with your own language here, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a stark contrast to the Donald Trump statues that went up all over the place.
Yeah, over there. I mean, they still got to deal with Donald Trump in Scotland too.
Yeah.
Building golf courses, destroying their land, not letting them build windmills to.
They're unsightly. Anyways,
ultra-Orthodox paper makes history with partial photo of Hillary Clinton.
What? Why?
They're making inroads. They're being really progressive by showing the first picture of a woman in their paper ever is a picture of a podium blocking all of Hillary's body except for her hand reaching out over the top. Really a historic moment for this ultra-Orthodox Jewish paper based out of Israel. You know, we're all moving forward.
Yeah.
Together.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Tim Kaine killed it on harmonica last night.
He did.
He's gonna do for the harmonica what Bill Clinton did for the saxophone.
What did Bill Clinton do for the saxophone exactly?
He played it.
Yeah, but I think you can also see a sharp drop in the coolness of the saxophone.
No, he was cool. He was getting blowjobs, playing the saxophone. It's all that damn Lisa Simpson's fault. It's a nerd activity.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna go
true.
get my skateboard instead.
Yeah, he's not bad at it.
Good. Can he play the theme from Roseanne? That's the only one I know.
I'm sure that if we ever run into Tim Kaine, we'll have to ask him. It looks
Play
like
the Roseanne theme.
Looks like he just carries it around with him at all times.
Oh, of course. It's a very portable. They make the joke in Forrest Gump when Jenny's playing the guitar naked. Somebody get that bitch a harmonica.
Yeah.
So they can see her titties.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Oh,
It came out in the
God.
90s. You'll see it.
Ohio man arrested after trying to have sex with a van.
Same guy that had sex on the roof.
Different state. The roof guy was Texas. This is Ohio. And luckily, I was like, how do you have sex with a van?
With the tailpipe.
No,
Oh.
with the grill.
The grill.
He was getting some dome from the
Did he like lube it up or something?
He was getting, no, it doesn't sound like it.
No. Luckily, someone didn't turn it on, the radiator or the...
It takes a few minutes to heat up.
No, but the fan starts going. It'll chop your dick off.
It would, yeah, you're right. Although I think there's, a safety barrier.
When he got arrested, was he like, she was beautiful, you should have seen her. She was a bit big, but, it was fun.
Probably.
They were like, what do you mean, the van? No, the woman.
You ever see that video? I don't know which music festival it is, but some chick is really just
there
strung
was
out.
Ultra making out with the tree.
Yeah, with the tree.
Yeah.
She's just like, it's freaky actually. It's not even like funny. It's
sensual, yeah.
terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
She literally thinks that tree is a man, like not just a man.
Or a
her
woman,
husband.
whatever the preference
Yeah, whatever.
is. Oh, husband? Oh, Elliot.
Did you just assume my gender?
Yeah, and did you just assume that marriage it should be honored by everyone and is needed in this country?
Yeah.
Why don't you go vote for Trump, you piece of human garbage?
Oh, there it is. My privilege. Checked.
Okay.
Anyway, trucker found love by texting number scrawled on toilet wall, offering a good shag.
See, so the thing is like it could have been like a jilted.
That's what
ex.
it was.
That's
exactly
what it was. The story was. Okay. So yeah, he wrote her number on there.
Yeah, the jilted ex wrote it. And this guy who's a trucker, he's like, well, I haven't been so lucky in love lately. What's the harm in trying?
There's no lot lizards here, so I might as well give it a shot.
Yeah, and they got to talking, and they've been together for like 10 years.
He found love in a lonely place.
Found love in a truck stop bathroom. Ryan Lochte was probably creeping around there.
Yeah, breaking doors.
Yeah, why was Ryan Lochte in that bathroom with all of his fellow bros in a gas station bathroom?
All these beautiful men are all in the bathroom.
Guys, wouldn't it be hilarious if we all went into the gas station bathroom together and did something so violent that a door became unhinged? This Lochte story is getting...
We've attempted to pay off the manager for some reason.
I'm not insinuating that Ryan Lochte is secretly gay and was engaging in a gay orgy in a Brazilian truck stop bathroom. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah. As long as there's a question mark attached to it, it's fine.
Okay.
Diaper-wearing monkey attacks Walmart employee.
There's
At
a
least
video
it had
of
a
this.
diaper on.
Yeah, you can't throw shit when you got a diaper on, but you can still be like... I don't know, this was in Ohio.
Yeah.
Not somewhere you expect to find a monkey.
But we've always said Ohio is the Florida of...
Well, their animal laws, you can own, apparently, like, anything you want there.
Yeah, it's great. Ultimate freedom.
But yeah, it's like...
Thanks, Mike Pence.
Thank you,
Thanks, Mike Pence.
He did it.
Yeah.
Also, but you better have a funeral for that aborted fetus. Yeah, this monkey's attacking this Walmart guy. Someone's filming it from their car. And then this woman comes up. She's like, don't hurt him! If he bites you, they'll kill him! And she grabs the monkey by the hand and just runs away and like doesn't apologize or anything.
Yeah, well...
The whole thing's so bizarre.
Did they catch her?
I don't know.
Because, yeah, they will put that monkey down.
Don't touch my monkey.
Don't talk to me or my monkey ever again.
She does! He walks away.
Don't you talk to
Don't
me,
talk to me or my
monkey
monkey
ever again. I've been working at this Walmart for 17 years, and you never know what's going to come through that door. This time it was a monkey. Anyway,
Adblock.
My son, Big Hoss.
Adblock Plus blocks Facebook, block of Adblock Plus, block of Facebook, block of Adblock Plus, block of Facebook ads.
They're really working very hard.
It is.
They have their top men on this Adblock issue.
Yeah, it's like it's coming like down to the hour. Like they do have their top men on each side being like looking for. They're doing like hackers style hacking, visual hacking.
Yeah,
finding,
they're all
like, the holes
in the
system.
internet.
5 guys on a keyboard just trying to find the loophole.
Yeah.
Get those ads.
Battling
through.
it out.
Yeah.
Ones and zeros. All that.
Yep.
Okay. So the problem is there will always be a workaround. So.
Always.
Anyways, man sleeping in dumpster goes through trash compactor, survives, which is horrifying.
Yeah. Well, don't sleep in trash cans.
Maybe it was raining. He had to close it, get some shelter. I don't know.
Sleep in the sewer.
Yeah. Well, obviously, if you're gonna sleep in a trash can, make it one that's not a compactor as well. It's very obvious to see which one is just a normal dumpster and which one is a gigantic trash compactor.
Well, no, I think he was in a normals. Actually, I don't know. But I know the trash trucks in my neighborhood, they crush everything once it gets into the
No,
truck.
it doesn't sound like he got tossed into the truck. There are giant dumpster things that are trash compactors. They're long and they're big and they have a hole in the side, and they throw stuff in the side and then you close it. And...
I don't know which one it was, but
I'm
he
a man
broke
of
his
dumpster
leg.
science.
He broke his leg in the process, but he lived Maybe he's a little flatter now. We don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a little heartwarming story.
This guy lost a lot of weight in seconds.
Doctors hate him. Well, that's Weekly Weird News. Possibly our longest one ever.
Who knows?
Who even knows?
It's too long.
But speaking of weird shit,
If you break it up in parts, guys.
Yeah. What a time to be alive, though. Like, it was hard to write this one because we already covered the shit out of the Olympics.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched those ones yet, please go watch.
We have two. We have the week number 2 of our Rio coverage. And then we also have the update to that.
Yeah, the special Ryan Lochte report.
Yeah.
Where we dive even deeper into the Ryan Lochte web of deception.
Dive, because he's a swimmer.
Yeah.
And then we also had Mike Diva on the podcast, the king of memes. So you're going to want to check that out. And I don't know, you want to stretch this out even longer? Or?
No, I'm good. We haven't had the AC on for a good 30 minutes now.
Very hot.
I am roasting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bye.
Bye.